Hey, 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 hey. Hey, girl. Welcome back to You're Just a Girl, the space where we embrace the real, release the unrealistic, and rise into everything God designed us to be. Today's episode is short, it's sweet, and it's full of truth. It's for every woman who ever felt like she had to shrink, she had to switch up who she was, she had to stay silent to fit in. Sis, don't worry about it. We're not doing that anymore. Period. Okay, so we're going to talk today, and I don't know if you went back and you checked to see what this podcast is about, but if you haven't, go back and check to see what this podcast is about because this space is strictly for women and people who are just feeling like girls and who want to have girl talk about the things that we go through. That doesn't exclude anyone. And if you're a man and you want to listen, go right ahead. We welcome you. So, the first thing, the anxious slide, we have to deal with that. And let's talk about it. Anxiety creeps in. And when we try to control what's not ours to carry, guess what? It makes our anxiety worse. And so a lot of times I have learned that we have a natural slide. We have a natural tendency to slide into overthinking, overperforming, trying to fix it. What is the other person thinking about you? Newsflash, no one's thinking about you because everybody is thinking about all the stuff that they have going on. And the people that are thinking about you, they are FANS, fans. And so I don't know. We're not celebrities. We don't have that many fans. And so those people are just glad it's not them. And then let me remind you, you don't have to become someone else to be accepted. If you write this down, if you get this in your mind, that'll stop some of the anxiety. You don't have to become anyone else to be accepted. Being anxious doesn't make you more prepared. Being anxious, it takes you out of the space of being authentic. And being authentic is the only thing that is true. So let's say this: anxiety is a liar, authenticity is truth. And when you're not in your authentic self, you're not in your authentic zone, you're not aligned properly, guess what? It robs you from the moment you're supposed to be in. It robs you from the things that you're supposed to see. So let's come out of the anxious slide. Let's get off that roller coaster. Let's get ourselves in a place where we're only worried about being in alignment, being purposeful, and we're not being worried about that because we know who we are. So let's get in a place of knowing who we are. Second part, code switching. I know we talk about a lot of code switching because, people have started to code switch to try to get in a certain job because there are certain things that have been drilled in people that lets them know that if they are not a certain way, they can't have a certain thing, which is not true. So what I do know is I'm a woman of color and I work with a lot of women and people of color. I know that we tend to code switch in corporate, we tend to code switch in entrepreneurship, and we tend to code switch in our everyday lives. And this is not something that we should be doing. Being professional does not mean changing or hiding who you are. Because guess what? Who you are is going to come out. Whether you like it or not, it's going to come out. And you can wear the braids. You can be your bold self. You can have a voice like mine because, I'm from Mississippi. My voice is, I don't know what they call country dialect. And I also have a list. So it makes it a little bit difficult for me to speak like other people. And you can still be that girl because guess what? I know that I'm that girl. And that's what I want you to start feeling and understanding that if you work on you and you start showing up as your authentic self and you get in alignment with who you were called to be and what your gifts are, and you start becoming confident in who you are, you won't have to become somebody else to fit in a role that you're not supposed to fit in. And then you won't have to have the pressure of toning yourself down. Because when you tone yourself down, guess what? You attract the wrong people. Then you wonder why you're so bored. You wonder why life is so mediocre. You wonder why things are going the way that they are. and why the opportunities that you will be so good at, you are missing them. See, that keeps people from seeing the real authentic you. That crushes your confidence. Code switching. That brings more anxiety. That takes you away from the truth, which is your authentic self. And so let's talk about the third thing real quick. Walking into what's meant for you. Guess what? You can only walk in the door that's meant for you if you are the key. Let me say that again. You can only walk in the door that's meant for you if you are the key. So the key means that you are made up of the things that you were supposed to be made up of. That means your skills. Not your skills. That means your authentic looks. That means your authentic gifts. That means your authenticity, like the things that make you different. And so those makeups, that makeup is the key to you getting where you belong. If you horn in on your strengths and who you are, the second half of this year, you can be aligned and you can go higher to the place that you belong. Second, when you are real, you find the right people. So you won't be asking yourself, am I in the right room? Do I have to work harder than I'm supposed to? Are these doors going to open for me? You're not going to have to ask those questions because you're going to be in alignment. You're going to know your identity. And when you know your identity and you know who you are and you do what you're supposed to do, guess what? You become the key. And when you become the key, you'll be able to unlock the lock. And you know what? Stop thinking your success comes from somewhere else. Your success comes from God. God is not going to bless a version of you that you're pretending to be. He's going to bless the version of you that you are. He is over success and promotion. You may think the manager was. No. You may think the corporation is. No. God is. And so let's stop showing up code switching and in anxiety. Let's start showing up authentically, confident. We are not perfect, but we are purposeful. And that's the only thing that we're going to be saying this summer. That's the only thing we're going to be saying in this fall. I'm not perfect, but I'm purposeful. I'm not just the girl, but I'm that girl. And so that's another thing. We have to really, really get to a place where you know that you're called. You know you're equipped. You know that you're enough. You don't have to hustle to prove who you are. You don't have to shift to be seen. You can really just show up and be yourself. You can really just be seen. And so this month, this quarter, this season, we're not shrinking. We're not stressing about what position we didn't get. We ain't stressing about those emails that's coming to us saying that we choosing somebody else. We're not stressing about showing up because ultimately we know that there's a system that's choosing this. It's not even a real person that's taking a look. So why are you offended by a system? Don't be offended. And girl, you're going to be amazing at what you find when you do shift into alignment, when you let your anxiety go out the window. And don't forget to share this episode with your tribe and follow the show so you don't miss what's coming next. We're just getting started. I'm going to invite some good girls on here. We're going to have some great girl talk. And guess what? Until next time, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Remember, you're just a girl, but you're that girl. You're not just a girl, but you're that girl. That's what I really meant. So thank you. Talk to you later.